Yeah, it's
All
cool.
right,
Absolutely.
cool. So we are recording, just an FYI. Win of the week or gratitude? Winner of the week or gratitude?
Oh man, win of the week. I don't know if this is a win, but I ejected my first college coach in 8 years.
Ejected. What did he do wrong?
He only did one thing wrong, but like it's the coach is responsible for their bench, right? So he argued a call that was just the dumbest argument. First of all, he tried to argue a travel call. Shot clock went off, ball went off the rim. His guy caught the ball, took 5 steps, and then realized the play was still alive. And my partner
No.
called a travel, and the coach started arguing. Um, and this one you can catch. I heard the audio on the video for the game, the replay of the game, and you can hear me say to him, "Coach, you don't want to argue this, but I'm going to answer your question, and then I'm going to give you a technical foul." And so we did
Wow.
that.
So there was a
So we did
recorded
that.
audible of that?
Oh, you can hear the audio on that because they had audio for the gym that we were in, and on the video, when you watch the video replay, you can hear the audio, but you can hear the conversation between us. Because basically we were yelling from 30 feet apart. You can, but
Wow.
but then he did a he at one point later on. So that was the first one. At one point later on, he took 3 players out of the game, but he only sent in 2. So he was short a guy, and we all 3 of the referees, we all looked at him, and he wasn't sending a third guy in. So we started to play. Oh, well, if you only want 4 people, you're going to play with 4 people. And as soon as he realized that they were playing with 4 people, he told one of his guys to get in the game. The guy ran on the floor, which you can't do because it's not hockey. And so he got a bench technical for that. And then later on, and then late in the third quarter, we called a foul against one of his players, and his assistant jumped up and started talking trash to the player that got fouled. Basically, yeah, motherfucker, that's what you get.
Oh, no way.
I was like, Coach, you're done.
Oh boy.
But it's like
Matt,
it's the first
welcome.
time in 8. It's the first time in 8 years.
Hey,
I
good
was looking
morning.
it up. I haven't tossed a college coach in a long time. So
That's nuts. That's nuts.
yeah,
Good morning. Good
I'm just
morning.
giving Joe Len. I'm just giving Joe the breakdown of tossing that coach from Red Deer.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Matt, how about you? You got a big win or gratitude today? Big win or gratitude?
Yeah, big gratitude to share. Yesterday, TJ launched his new duplex project, and
Yeah.
we had a big event last night for some specially selected people from our networks and from the industry, developers, architects, and we hosted the event at the project site, the new houses there, and I'm just so grateful to have gotten to be a part of the event yesterday and getting to help represent the uh, the new duplex project. It's like so stunning, and Pierre, we were giving tours to everyone that came through. We were chit-chatting, catching up with some people, that we're pretty close with, and like a killer turnout last night and awesome vibes all the way through. I was just like, throughout the whole thing, I just kept like psychologically pinching myself, going like, I can't believe I'm here, a part of this. And like I know it's like a huge dream come true for TJ, and it was definitely a dream for me to be there, part of it, and to be there with the team. It was amazing.
That's massive. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good, good, good. All right. It was a little bit choppy. I'm not sure if you're driving, Matt, but I
I am, yeah.
caught bits and pieces, and I was able to get enough there because I know the backstory. But Steve, yeah, TJ launched a development project. Now it's on the market. Pretty exciting. When you look at this, guys, Steve, this is something I want you to keep thinking about, especially now that you're moving into more the management ownership position. That's the
Mhm.
that's the roadmap. And then TJ is actually here extending his cash flow, into other avenues in real estate. After number 7 is 8, exit, retire, get out of here. That is the roadmap to success in real estate, and that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, but if you do it properly, man, that's you consider yourself very successful or lucky, whatever you want to say, that you follow this roadmap. You got to number 7, like TJ, and then Len, same thing. He's on his way to number 8, which is checking out. So just keep that in mind, Steve. And whoever's watching this video, keep that in mind. That's your roadmap. Always want to like climb up and eventually exit. What I want to try out today, if there's not no hot, juicy topics, real quick, I want to try and show you something real quick. You guys are both on teams. I want to share something that I'm really starting to get more and more obsessed about, is online presence, online marketing. Is there an agent that you are admiring from afar, or somebody that you want to bring to your team, or recruit? I'm going to give you some ammo today to potentially help you out. Is there an agent you admire from afar, or an agent you would really love to have on their team? Throw out a name, anybody.
There's a couple I definitely follow, like for social media inspiration, like they're killing it with.
What's the name?
So it's a team. They're called West Coast Modern. And
Oh, interesting. TJ
yeah,
mentioned the team before, West
yeah, and
Coast.
I've actually met them. They specialize in architecturally significant properties, majorly in West Vancouver, but some in North Vancouver and here in Vancouver proper as well. But like I followed them even before I knew them, just because their Instagram profile and their email newsletters are literally like reading a magazine. It's like killer. I love kind of the architectural digest and local project style, and they have like really mastered it. So for about 6 or 7 months, every time they would post up that they were putting a new property on the market, and they do it in a very, like, they roll it out, they launch it. It's like VIP showings to start. It's a build up and to build anticipation. And for about 6 or 7 months, I kept requesting to get a spot on one of the tours, and I never got selected. And then randomly, one day, I was out between appointments. I had a bit of buffer time, and I got an email saying, "You're in. You can see this property this afternoon at like 4 o'clock." And it worked out schedule-wise. So I drove over to West Vancouver. I got to meet the team. I got to experience like their whole approach, and it was so cool. It was so cool. I mean, I love architecture anyway, but to see it packaged up in a very visual and a very well thought out, professionally put together, highly polished, super cool. So like I follow them, I think, for 2 reasons. One, I'm big fans of the properties they work with and represent. And 2, I'm a big fan of how they've mastered digital content marketing. So I definitely like try to look for inspiration and try to incorporate, not necessarily copy paste, but incorporate like my version of the things that really stand out to me most. So that's a team I like. My eyes are all over their social media every week, and they've really helped guide. I'm definitely not at that level on social media and marketing yet, but it's definitely a big guide for me, and probably one of the biggest inspirations, at least on social media, for what I aspire to create. So that's one, not an individual person, but a team that I have huge respect for.
Beautiful. That's awesome, Matt. That is really awesome. Thanks for the share. It's one of those things, right? I mentioned, I think, to a few of you that this is recruiting season.
Mhm.
A way to maybe grab their ear a little bit, Matt,
Yeah.
is what I'm about to show you, Steve, and whoever's watching this video. I think that would be very, very valuable because whether you're trying to recruit them or add value, if you could share some insight that might help them out, now you become very, very memorable because let me show you here. Perfect. Okay, so it just popped up here. I'm gonna show this to you, and I don't think we did this for either one of you guys, or your team. So this is something, like I said, I'm getting more and more obsessed with what I'm doing and finding out and learning that I'm wanting to help more and more people with this incredible knowledge that I have now. So let me share my screen and then let's unpack it, okay? So you said West Coast Modern.
West, yeah,
All
West
right,
Coast
and
Modern.
you're driving, Matt. I don't know if you're pulled over yet, but I want to show you,
I've got you up on my
Steve. You
screen.
could definitely
I
see this on your screen because you're sitting down. This is an audit report, a marketing audit report, and I'm doing this. I didn't do it with Len, did I, Steve?
No.
No, okay. We're going to do this. We're going to do this for every single one of my clients, every single one of my teams, anybody else that wants this information. It's a marketing audit report. So my team put together this report, and I could do this on any business, any profession out there. And apparently in Canada, I didn't know that. So this is
That's
cool.
cool.
So I think as long as you have an online presence or somewhat of a presence, this is
Yeah.
how I would approach it, Matt. I would just say, "Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Owner of West Coast Modern, do you want to grab some lunch or coffee? Just want to
Mhm.
connect with you, blah, blah, blah." You know, people, when they're up there, a coffee or a lunch is actually an insult. When you take into consideration the time that how much they're worth per hour or per minute, and you say, "I want to buy a coffee or lunch," it's actually an insult. And I'm not
Yeah.
just trying to be arrogant. That's the truth. So how you would add value, I would say something like, well, if they're open to it, great, automatic, boom. If they're not, say, hey, you know what, Matt? I got something really valuable that I think that could really bring you more business. So you're coming from a place of giver's gain. You're offering them something that might help them out. Yeah, and Matt, I know you're with West Coast Modern, and I think I got something that you really should pay attention to, and it might bring you even more business. And then when you meet with them over coffee or lunch, you show them this. Well, this is a marketing audit report that I pulled together. I had my team pull this up, and your ranking, I admire you from afar, and then do the sandwich technique
Hmm.
where you say exactly what you said about why you admire them, why you like them, Matt, and
Yeah.
then you get into the meat and potatoes, right? So they call that the sandwich technique. Start with something you like, that's good, that's a compliment. Then sandwich it. The meat in the middle is the meat and potatoes where you're going to critique them. You're going to be real. Hopefully, you don't insult them. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Constructive criticism. And then you end it
Mhm.
on a good note. The meat in the middle is this. Well, Matt, I noticed your overall score could be way better. I mean, when you're looking at a kid in school, 100% is a perfect score. You're actually subpar right now, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just, like I said, want to add incredible value and see how I could help you out. Your business details are 25% even lower than subpar. You're almost failing. Your tech stack is pretty good, 60%. Your Google profile is incredible. Okay, so you're just kind of going through this list, Matt. And like I said, I want to do this for TJ. I want to do this for Len. I want to do this for any other businesses that are willing to take this constructive criticism and dominate. Steve, you might want to do this for your own personal profile. I know you're doing Instagram and Facebook. We could dig deeper. And like I said, this is exclusive to me. I could get this report for you. Listings. This is something I'm going to unpack a little bit more. Again, this is subpar, almost failing, Matt. And so if you connect with the West Coast Modern, you could share this information, what have you. SEO analysis, 0%. So let's unpack this. They're in British Columbia, correct, Matt?
Yes, Vancouver.
You might be multitasking. Can't hear you.
Yes, they're here in Vancouver.
On Marine
BC.
Drive, it looks like.
Can you hear me, Joe?
Okay, so overall score, we went into that. Here we go. This is huge. Tom has it. I have it. A few other people have it. A chat widget on the website. Believe it or not, this little tech tool could help your website perform. With the invention of AI, people are kicking it up a notch. They're doing AI widgets on their website. And so the AI rush is crazy right now, where they're moving, they're keeping their chat widgets on there, but they're now also incorporating AI. I'm playing around with it myself, still working out some of the kinks, but I think I'm getting there. Text enabled business number. When they're on your website, Follow Up Boss has this capability. And why a lot of agents like Follow Up Boss? Because of this. Steve, we talked about Justin Haver. He has Follow Up Boss right on his website, and Follow Up Boss is text enabled. We couldn't detect your website hosted on any major providers such as WordPress, Lead Connector. This website hosting, Matt, again, we're going to do this for TJ. And if you have your own website domain, Matt, we could do it for you. I know Steve has some stuff. We could unpack yours on your. I didn't want to do it on this forum because this is being recorded, and I might put it in a lot of different places. So this is to help you for coaching and training. Review the replies. This one is very, very interesting. If somebody pays somebody a compliment publicly, openly, online, and you don't reply, that actually hurts you. And so this is something I would check into all your reviews, whether it's on Google, Zillow, whatever. Make sure you're replying to them, even Instagram and Facebook and all those other social platforms, YouTube. That's huge. Somebody takes a minute just to say something nice, or even to whack you and the haters, right? It's all about engagement algorithms you want to review. Let's talk about this. Evaluate the foundational tools, a robust digital marketing infrastructure for measuring performance. This one, we'd have to open the website. I don't want to do it right now, but this is something also, a good website will have good tech stack. The Google Tag Manager, check. They got a green check on there. That's good. Google Analytics Pixel. The Facebook. You guys know about the Facebook Pixel, right? Do you know about it, Steve? Yeah.
Yep.
Is it on the Lens website?
It sure is.
Perfect. And then the Google Ads Pixel. This one for West Coast Modern. I guess they're not doing any Google ads, but that brings into that account. Batting 100% on the Google business profile, address verified website. This is something we've talked about before also, Steve, that you want to make sure, you guys didn't change your address, right?
Not in the last couple of years since we moved to our office.
Okay. Yeah, just make sure it's all up to date.
Yeah.
And this is the one I want to really unpack. Now, this was a big eye opener, guys. And I promise you, maybe like me, have never, ever, ever heard of some of these websites, but they're either helping or hurting your feed. Okay. They're either helping or hurting. Oops, looks like you are listed correctly in a few of the website, whereas the information seems incorrect on many other platforms. Again, Matt, if you want to win these guys over, again, constructive criticism or West Coast Modern, where again you could form an ally or maybe a merger or a JV. And so where West Coast Modern is showing up, where to Silex, Profile Canada, Google, and then after that it starts to drop off. Have you guys ever heard of Show Me Local?
Yes.
Yep, partial match. Obviously, Facebook, partial match. So you want to look at these and no match on a map quest. You've heard of map quest?
That was a
Waze, I'm
long
sure
time
you've
ago,
heard of
Joe.
Waze, right?
MapQuest is going back in time.
Correct, correct. But still, like I said, it either helps you or hurts you. I'd rather it help
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
right? And so if you could squeeze your profile in there somehow, why not? Because remember that one magical word, omnipresence. Omnipresence. I shared my experience when I lost my YouTube. Well, it hurt a lot because I had a lot of different links and other collabs in there, other people's websites, their names. And so, the rug got pulled from underneath me and I lost a good amount of traction. The good news is now I know how to strategize. I'm rebuilding it. So I wanted to kind of just poke into that a little bit and share that information. Like I said, I'm getting more and more obsessed about online marketing, omnipresence, what have you, as I'm learning more and more. Questions, thoughts, feedback, anything else? I don't want to hog up the whole entire session on that one.
What I really like about that report and analysis you were showing,
I
Joe,
think
is
you're
like, can you hear me okay?
I think you're trying to talk, Matt, but it's choppy. Go for it. Try again.
Okay, I'll try again. So what I really like about what you were showing there about the marketing analysis of a person or a team or a business is even kind of reflecting back on your own business and your own business presence or omnipresence. When you're looking, like even if you analyzed yourself, right, it allows you to, in a very focused way, zero in on the areas where you're ranking weaker. So like, let's say, you thought you did everything you were supposed to do and you set up X, Y, and Z, but your Google My Business profile is not ranking well, not complete, or you did it wrong, or your address isn't correct on certain sites, or you've recently moved, or you tried a little bit on Facebook but you didn't go very far. Like, it really helps you zero in as you kind of plan out the next steps and the next phase of like where to focus your energies to get, like, obviously you want to be 100% across the board.
Correct. I agree. It's one of these things that we're trying to do all these different things online, and some of us are doing a great job, but we could do a better job if we look at some of those tips that I just shared. The other thing I wanted to mention, who's using Uber Suggest or answerthepublic.com?
Not me.
Which one are you using, Steve?
I'm using answerthepublic.com.
Tell us how you're using it. How do you like it or not like it?
I like it. I use it. I actually get a weekly update on Google questions that are relevant, like Google queries that are relevant to my business, to our business, and then I use that for social media topics or ideas for some targeted marketing as well.
Nice, nice. How about you, Matt? Are you using Answer the Public or Uber Suggest?
No, I haven't tapped into either yet, Joe. Definitely curious to see what they do.
Yeah, yeah. Steve, you want to explain a little bit more? Unpack it?
For Answer the Public, yeah, like it's basically on that site you can put in a topic and it'll generate the top queries that show up on search engines like Google or whatever it is that Microsoft uses. And then you can narrow it down and make it more granular if you want, but it gives you basically topics that you can use for content or to target your blog or target your social media. It could be topics that you actually use in your content, or it could be subjects that you use for meta tags or SEO optimization.
Yeah,
Does it kind of tell you how the topics rank, or is it giving you like, hey, here's the top 3 or top 5, or how does it organize it?
Yeah, it gives you it ranks them based on how common they are and how often they're being asked, right? And so it'll give you kind of a numerical score that shows you how many people are asking that question, and you can narrow it down to your area, or you can narrow it down to a very specific topic if you want. But it's really just giving you an idea what the questions are that people are asking at any given moment or any given period of time.
Cool.
yeah, and it's very reasonable, Matt.
I paid the $120 lifetime fee. It was awesome. So
Yeah,
and, and Neil Patel's been around for a number of years. Like he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So
yeah, exactly, Steve. So recently, Matt, I saw him at an event I was at, where he was speaking, and I never really paid attention to him. I heard his name a few times, and very impressive. He is like one of the world-renowned online digital marketing agency experts, what have you. And for like I said, what you guys are doing online, it's time to kick it up a notch. 2026 should be about like, okay, how do I work even smarter than ever, especially with AI? Um, the content that you put online, you want to look at it from two different perspectives. One is what we call evergreen material. Is this going to be something that will be very, very relevant? Because we kind of joked about MapQuest earlier, right? Your videos that you're doing on YouTube, Instagram, if it's something somebody could use 5 years from now or 5 years ago and it's still relevant, that's evergreen. When you use Answer the Public or Uber Suggest, that's more trending. And so that stuff could actually go viral on you very, very quickly if you know how to play the game. And so you want that also to be in your favor. So you want evergreen and trending. And so you want to remember that as you start to put more and more content out there, ask yourself, okay, am I going to put this as an evergreen video, evergreen reel, evergreen short? Okay. If you are, what I would probably say with that one, remember this formula. I'm coaching somebody on their YouTube, and this tip I think will save you a lot of money, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. If you're thinking this video will be evergreen, don't boost it yet. Do not, do not, do not, do not boost it. Okay, let it go organically, post a few more and see who are my front runners that are really organically getting popular. And then when you see the unicorn, that is like if your views are like double digits and now you're seeing triple digits on that one video, that's what we call the unicorn. Well, I would put more fuel on that fire and then double down on boosting the post or the ad or whatever. And that's how you're going to get more mileage. And I'll tell you what, I'm boosting a video right now because, like I mentioned about my YouTube channel, I think it's evergreen. And I think it's, like I said earlier, this is recruiting season. So you better believe that I'm putting a lot of fuel on that fire and it's working. So I'm like up to almost 10,000 views on one video. And that's what you want to do. So, like, I plan to go bigger and bigger and bigger, just like everybody else out there. Otherwise, why waste your time doing this content creation or videos? So you might as well like learn how to play this game. Some people, I know this crowd is not like that, but they get jealous or envious of people that are knocking it out of the park. Well, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Hate how they're playing the game, but understand how to
Yep.
play the game and then beat them at the game. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Joe. It's about
Man,
YouTube.
I'm dropping
So
so much gold here, and this is great. It's only us today. This is like a major, major high level mastermind we're doing right now.
when you're boosting on YouTube, Joe, I'm curious because I'm doing a boost right now, and I've done boosting in the past and had uh, pretty good results as far as views go. But when you're boosting something, are you doing anything special or advanced to kind of micro target certain groups or locations, or how do you approach your boost?
So I learned of something very, very recently. I have a team that's helping me out with my Facebook ads. I don't know if you saw, but last week they changed the rules.
Yep.
Yeah,
So there's a few videos I need to watch to get caught up, but man, Facebook is constantly changing. Here's the good news. Here's the good news. Some people are using AI to their advantage. And the people that are feeling offended by these rules change, no. Facebook wants you to win. Facebook wants you to spend more money on ads. So they're also looking at the analytics, the KPIs behind the performance of your ads. So to answer your question, I'm still learning. I'll always be learning, Matt, but pay attention to these changes where Facebook used to like geo target and say, hey, pick a range of demographic within a 10-mile radius. They were like, now you're getting into discriminatory practices and we're going to shut you down. And so
yeah,
there was that big old crazy thing that happened a few years back. So there's different rules to be played on Facebook. On Google, one of my clients saw a major spike on her Google ads. So she did a 10-mile radius in her farm, and she used somewhat of similar principles of the Facebook a while back. Now I'm not an expert on that. I'm still kind of learning, but she saw a major spike. So in other words, Matt, I would ABT. Always be testing. Always be testing. If you're going to run ads, run split test. If you're going to run ads, do different images. If you're going to do ads, do different fonts. Okay, keep tweaking and tweaking. It is I mean, it's a smart way to strategize, but it could be a time suck and distraction. So I would use it with caution where you're only doing it maybe half an hour to 2 hours max of your day. Don't forget the good old fashioned hard work, open houses, belly to belly, networking events, door knocking, calling, etc., etc. Don't just rely on tech so much that you get lazy.
yeah, totally. I my preference is always, in person, being out in the field. But, you know, as I've mentioned before, like tech, AI is a huge doorway into building bigger, building out, and you know, so I try to embrace it and obviously incorporate it in a complementary way where it's not necessarily the main pillar, but it's definitely an important pillar to be. And it's the thing with tech and AI is like, you know, being out in the field and being belly to belly, that is like that's like the best. That's the best use of time and networking and building connection. But you can only do that when you're awake. Tech and AI
Bingo.
is working 24/7, even when you're asleep. So I definitely see the possibility in it, and obviously I keep chipping away at it bit by bit and keep pushing the needle a bit more. So, you know, all these tips and tricks are definitely helpful in, you know, putting together the right tech stack and the right, you know, using AI in the right ways within the business. And, you know, so far it's been really good. But yeah, definitely just scraping the surface. There's so much more.
Yeah, you want to do a combination of, I showed this to a group before on a recent training. Always, you might even want to keep this, copy it, put it like a chart for yourself as a good solid reminder. This right here is your business. High tech, low touch. That's social media. High tech. What you
Yeah,
said, high touch, low tech is limited because there's only 24 hours in a day. You don't want to burn out. You don't want to work 24 hours, 7 days a week. High touch is very limited, but you should be doing both high tech
yeah,
and high touch. High tech, high touch. And so whoever's watching this video, make your own chart. That's your business. Because if you forget one or the other, you know, you're going to be a roller coaster ride. And I don't care what business, you know, where it's either plumbing or real estate or lending or insurance. You need both. You need both in your life to have a very solid, sustainable business. High tech, high touch. High touch is B&I. I love my B&I. High tech, social media, YouTube, Facebook posts, etc. There's so much to unpack there. But today, like I shared with you, I want to do that marketing audit report on every single business. Like I said, whoever's watching this as well, Steve, your personal branding website. I mean, we need to dig into that, unpack it more, because that's working smarter, not harder. I know we want to grind, but man, some people, you know, get burnt out that way. I mean, I get burnt out sometimes when I'm working too hard. You know, everybody's human, and like you said, Matt, that's unsustainable, unscalable when it's just you, high touch, high touch, high touch.
yeah, 100%.
All right, looks like you're trying to talk again, Matt.
Yeah, no, I was just agreeing with you, Joe. Sorry,
All right.
I think my mic isn't working well today.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm super grateful you're here, Matt. I mean, you always bring incredible value. I love your energy, your aura. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, Joe.
For sure. For sure. Steve, any last comments, questions, feedback, insights, aha moments, whatever?
I love the idea of doing a business audit on someone I'm interested in or people we're interested in recruiting. I think that's a
Let's do it.
fantastic idea. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've been teaching Chat GPT how to do that while we've been meeting.
It's pay it forward, right? When givers gain, when
Yeah,
you're adding value,
yeah,
adding value. I've got this commercial agent I'm trying to recruit, you know, and he's, Joe, I don't know about your fees every month, blah, blah, blah. Then he offset it in his mind himself. He goes, how about those leads? I go, dude, I met with somebody on Sunday that wants to do a construction development on a multifamily, on a Sunday. And he like, yeah, could I help you out? I mean, I have one rule. You got to be on my team. So,
Yeah.
so I'm still dangling that
Exactly.
carrot, right? I'm dangling that carrot, but he could offset, it's all pros and cons, right? If the cost exceeds the benefit, you need to get out of there or stop whatever you're doing. But if the benefit exceeds the cost, sure, EXP is 85 a month or 250 a month if you're a commercial broker. But if I'm giving them leads, that's benefit, 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 benefit. So I'm selling them on benefit. And so Steve, when you're recruiting, make sure, see where they're at. Are they is the cost going to exceed the benefit, or the benefit going to exceed the cost? And that's where I identify right away when I'm trying to recruit somebody. I'm going to sell them on benefit. Make sense?
Yeah.
And that benefit, that marketing audit report, is money.
Well, that audit really allows you to see where their weakness is, and you can target that as the benefit to them, right? Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then leverage it with Neil Patel, the one you were talking about, Answer the Public.
Yeah.
Man, they're gonna say in their head, man, this Steve dude is sharp. Because they're gonna compare, right? They're gonna compare you to their existing team leader, broker, manager. That's what they're doing. They're gonna size you up and
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
But hey, if you could back up by facts, evidence, done. Seal the deal. Okay. All right. Any last comments, questions, anything, Matt? Anybody, Steve?
No, I'm good, Joe. It was awesome content today. Awesome chat as always.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. How about you, Steve? Anything else? Any last comments, questions, anything?
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Like, you were amazing today, man.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Sorry, I kept cutting in and out.
No, you guys are both amazing. Again, I appreciate you guys showing up. Showing up's half the battle. Man, I tell people all the time, you gotta show up. You never know what you're gonna get. Life is like a box of chocolates, like Forrest
So
Gump
they
says.
say.
No, this was gold. This was absolute gold today. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Share the word, and with Len and Candace, give them my regards. And have an incredible week.
You guys too. See you next week.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.